In law, when we evaluate an argument, we look at the use of logos, ethos, and pathos, concepts first identified by the Greek philosopher Aristotle.
When I turned 18 in 1960, there was an exciting presidential election between John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon. But I couldn't vote. You had to be 21 to vote back then. That's changed now, so almost all college students, including you here at UD, have a chance to vote. I know it's a very difficult choice this year. Many of us are not enthusiastic about any of the candidates.
Gender has been a central player in this campaign. There is the obvious fact that we have our first female presidential nominee in history. But there are also more subtle ways in which gender influences our perception of and response to these candidates.
Reactions invoked by pathos might be spontaneous cheering, laughter, tears, or even a kind of stunned silence.
Trump's visual identity is stable. It does not exist in conflict with our expectations of what men look like or what leaders look like. On the other hand, Clinton's visuals are in conflict with both the visual history of women and the visual history of leaders. This dissonance contributes to the intuitive sense that there is something wrong, there is something false about her.
Logos. Logos is the attempt to use logic to persuade. It's not just, I have a plan, but here's my plan, and these are the details of why it works, why it's good, why it will succeed.
I can assure you that your vote will matter. Your vote will be counted accurately. And if you live in Ohio, your vote may matter even more, because Ohio is a battleground state, an evenly divided state. Whichever candidate wins Ohio is likely to be the next president of the United States.
Ethos is the projection of credibility and character.
When we process new information, we tend to try and connect it with known patterns. There is a long and varied history of visual representations of masculine power, but few examples of powerful women. Women have been shown as passive companions to men, or the emotional note in a dramatic narrative picture. If we are used to seeing women as passive, emotional, and/or in relation to their male family members, it is visually disconcerting to see a woman as an authoritative, active, independent figure. This has nothing to do with our personal belief in a woman's competence.
Take the time to evaluate the candidates based on what you care about most, whether it's abortion or guns, student loans or jobs, or the role of our country in the world.
Logos, pathos, ethos, the art of persuasion. These are just one way to think about what you hear and to understand how and why it affects you and your choice.
These are, of course, not the only factors leading to our assessments, but they do provide subtle influences as we form our opinions that will last beyond Election Day and into the new president's term of office.
The outcome of this election will matter a lot to your future and to our country. Either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump will be president for the next 4 years. Their views are a world apart. They would take the country in very different directions. Examine their records and their views so you will be able to cast a well-informed vote on November 8th. Thank you.